the application of permit to operate. Depende ito sa type ng application. Meron tayong application for the first time sa ating mga equipment. So we have the new application or for the first time and also the renewal application. So nagba-vary syempre ang mga requirements na ipinapasa depende sa type of application. And of course, sa pangkalahatan, if you are operating, maintaining, installing an air pollution source installation, it tinitingnan din yung source classification. So meron tayong mga classification of air pollution source installation na very small. So tinatawag na nga natin tong exempted for source emission testing. So ibang requirements for the application of permit to operate kapag very small yung classification. Meron din tayong mga ibang classification like small, medium, large size. So ito ay usually more than 300 kilowatts. So nagsisimula yan sa 301 kilowatts to 599 kilowatts kapag small size, kapag 600 kilowatts to 1249 kilowatts na generator set, yan ay medium size, at kapag 1,250 kilowatts and above, then that is large size. So when we apply for the permit to operate at kung anong requirements, so titingnan kung anong type of application, new or renewal, and then source classification, kung ito ay exempted for emission testing or small, medium, and large. So for the first time application of permit to operate or new application, meron tayong at least 8 requirements. Pero syempre, depende pa to sa bawat rehiyon. May mga additional requirements minsan na hinihingi. Pero that is limited, that is conforming pa din sa provision ng RA 8749. So what we have here, the requirements include for application of PTO for APSI exempted for source emission testing, the notarized application form. And that is a computer-generated application form, especially doon sa step 5 ng ating application sa online permitting and monitoring system. Ganun din, we need to submit geotag photo um, ng ating mga equipment na i-apply ng permit to operate. So sometimes hinihingi ang brochure kung wala tayong clear geotag photo, pero yung brochure na to ay dapat kung ano mismo yung capacity na ina-apply natin ng permit kasi merong mga brochure na generic. We need to submit the copy of the certificate of accreditation as pollution control officer, at kung wala namang certificate of accreditation pa na papayagan yung at least proof of submitted application for PCO accreditation. Kadalasan may mga regional office na hinihingi pa din yung appointment or designation letter as PCO, pero halos sa ibang region ang hinihingi na yung proof of submitted application. Pero meron ding ibang region ng EMB na hindi pwede yung mga bagay-bagay na yan. Dapat talaga yung main requirement na, the certificate of accreditation as PCO. So, depende na yan sa isang applicant kung saan nag apply na rehiyon. The application for permit to operate will require the applicant to submit environmental compliance certificate or certificate of non-coverage. At dyan, pagka tiningnan yung kopya ng ECC or CNC, dapat tugma doon sa name of the company or establishment na nakasulat sa ECC or CNC at doon sa application form. So pagka nagkaroon ng pagkakaiba, i-return ng application. Ganun din sa kadalasan yung title ng project or establishment. Kailangan consistent din sa ECC or CNC. So maraming mga nare-return na application dahil hindi nagtutugma yung nakasulat na company or proponent at saka name ng project or establishment, no? And sa pag-apply ng permit to operate, kailangan ipasa ang proof of company registration. If it is a private entity, mga government issued registration certificate. Kapag government office or institution or government owned and controlled corporation, may mga certifications na pwedeng ipakita that it is a government property kasi wala namang proof of company registration. Number 6 is the copy of the environmental management plan. At itong environmental management plan ay piniprepare ito ng isang pollution control officer. Very ano lang naman to, simple environmental management plan like what will be the action plan when we have potential impact to land, air, and water. Sa paggawa ng environmental management plan, check mo lang kung ano yung mga activities sa operation ng air pollution source installation like yung ating generator set that will have impact to land, air, and water. So kapag nakakita ka ng potential environmental consequence, di gagawan mo ngayon siya ng management plan. And the plan shall be signed by the PCO, countersigned by the managing head. Kung anong template nito, wala. Pero merong basic information na pinapakita, gaya na nasambit natin kanina. Kung there will be an impact to the environment, land, air, and water, therefore, meron ka ding designed appropriate management plan or mitigating measures. Emission estimate kapag nag-a-apply ng permit to operate, lalong-lalo dito sa mga exempted for source emission testing, nagbibigay tayo ng emission estimate with stepwise calculation. Ibig sabihin, talagang by theory and specific emission factor, gagawan mo ng step-by-step calculation to arrive with the emission loading, kung gaano karaming tonelada ang mai-emit mo pag operate ng ganitong equipment. And sometimes we will be required doon sa uploading ng mga requirements kapag emission estimate, i-require ka din ng schedule and duration of preventive maintenance and the monthly records of power interruption, especially if you declare that your air pollution source installation is a standby generator set or SGS. Now, standby generator set by definition is those generator set operating not more than 200 hours per year, not more than 3 days per week, or not more than 3 hours per day. Kapag nadeklara mo na siyang standby generator set, hahanapan ka na ng schedule and duration of preventive maintenance and the monthly records of power interruption. When we have satisfied all the pertinent requirements for the application of permit to operate, ang kasunod syempre ay order of payment. Very simple na lang yung process ngayon, hindi na gaya dati, no? Ngayon, submit mo lang yung requirements. Pagka kompleto, bibigyan ka ng order of payment. And you can just pay the prescribed permit fee sa Land Bank Link BIS portal, and then the electronic receipt of payment will be form part ng overall documentary requirements. So without paying the prescribed permit fee, di ka rin talaga ma-issue ng permit to operate. So we need to upload also sa online permitting and monitoring system ng electronic receipt of payment. So these are the basic requirements for permit to operate application, especially for APSI that are exempted for source emission testing. Yan, kung may insight kayo or tanong, pwede nyo diyang i-type sa chat box. Meron ding mga requirements for renewal. Siyempre, itong isang establishment na nag-ooperate ng generator set na previously issued with permit to operate. So, kailangang i-renew ito, usually every 5 years kasi lahat ng mga APSI that are exempted for source emission testing, regular na yan na 5 years ang validity. So after 5 years, 30 days prior, kailangan mag-renew. And we shall submit the following requirements. One, the notarized application form because we are transacting with the government. And the copy of the recent or previously issued permit to operate. And make sure lamang na during the filing of application, valid pa yung permit to operate na yan. At yung permit to operate na yan, kaakibat niyan yung mga terms and conditions na kailangan mong ipakita, i-showcase that you comply all the requirements or the terms and condition. Common condition sa lahat ng mga permits na naa-acquire sa DNR is to ensure a full-time pollution control officer. Wala pang makikita kang mga DNR prescribed permits na hindi yan isinasama sa terms and conditions. So during the renewal, you shall submit the copy of the certificate of accreditation. At kung nagbago na naman ng PCO, bago pa na-expire, edi yung bago na naman na accreditation ng PCO, kung hindi na yung dati na PCO. O kung hindi pa accredited, we can submit the proof of submitted application for PCO accreditation. Hinahanap pa din, syempre, ang copy ng ECC or CNC sa consideration na baka nagkaroon ng amendment, baka nagkaroon ng expansion or modification. Lalong-lalo, uso-uso yung mga expansion or modification at kung merong major or minor amendment. At kaya kung mga renewal na, hinahanap pa rin yung ECC or CNC. And the proof of compliance to permit conditions na tinitingnan syempre yan ng evaluator. So if there are terms and conditions na makikita sa ating permit, kailangan ipakita yung proof of compliance. Sometimes we just have tabulation of the terms and conditions and indicate, showcase, provide proof or performance indicator that we really comply with the terms and conditions. Sa pag-apply ng renewal, we submit those proof of compliance to permit conditions, the accreditation requirement, the monitoring requirement, the reporting requirement. Kailangan